Hey y'all, today I'm talking about those 9 transformative habits that I let go of in my 30s that completely changed my life. I'm talking about weight loss and all. And let me say this, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or beyond, it's never too late to change. Imagine waking up every day more empowered, in control, and also more alive. This was no doubt the reason why I was able to lose over 100 pounds and keep it off through my 20s and 30s. And now getting back on the good foot after getting birth and getting back on this journey, I'm using a lot of those same things. I also attribute these things as to why I was able to become a tenured and full professor before the age of 40 while taking care of my physical, mental, and spiritual health, because they all go together. But before we jump in, make sure you hit that like button and drop a comment below and let us know some of the habits that you're looking to drop in order to be your absolute best. Come on, y'all, let's support each other on this journey. It's hard enough on your own. And remember, changing habits is one of the most powerful things you can do, no matter your age. I don't care if you're 100. It's about taking control of your life and steering in the direction that you want. So stick around to the end, because these insights are for everyone, and they might just be the fire you need for your own transformation. And make sure you check out the description for my LTK shop as well as my Amazon storefront for all items that I use in order to keep my journey sharp. All right, let's get started.
Dr. Nina, the girl next door, beautiful brown baby doll.
One of the first things I did was stop skipping meals even when intermittent fasting. And y'all know intermittent fasting has been important for me since the beginning of my health journey. I've just now returned to it because I couldn't really do it before. I spent almost 10 months with breastfeeding, and that required me to eat more often. But now baby got it back and it's time to return. But this doesn't mean starving myself, okay? There's so many protocols to intermittent fasting. For me, what's worked the best is the 16-8 protocol, where you don't eat for 16 hours. Don't worry, most of that is spent sleeping, right? And then 8 hours in which you fit in those macros that you need in order to fuel your body the right way. It might seem hard at first, but it's not about starving. So my eating window is between 12 and 8. I do not deprive myself of things to drink like tea or water or coffee in between that time. But those 8 hours are really dedicated to getting all my proteins, all my carbohydrates, as well as fats that are necessary to fuel me. So I'm not trying to deprive myself even within those 8 hours. What I try to do is have lean proteins, y'all. Lean proteins like turkey, fish, chicken. I also like other things like lamb, fruits, vegetables. That's where I'm trying to get more of my natural carbs. Those nice fats like avocados and other things that really help to fuel me, or those natural fats coming from those lean protein sources. When you starve yourself, your body don't know when it's going to get something good to eat in order to sustain it. So it's holding on to whatever it can. You want to do something that you can start with and finish with. Baby, every now and again, I'm at the sushi house. I'm making sure that I'm doing the things that are right for me while also feeding my body and fueling it the right way. I also stopped weighing myself so often without short and long-term goals or action plans. So meaning that the only time I stepped on the scale was for making sure that I was staying on track, staying on plan, and not just to look at a number and to get worked up about it, because that causes more stress, higher cortisol levels, and then you also feel like everything that you're doing is in vain and you're more likely to quit your process. So I've tried to make sure that, again, I remember that, because this time the scale ain't moving as fast as it used to. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I know that there's certain things that I can tweak and that I can fix, because I want this weight loss, again, to be for a lifetime. Just like my last one, 20 years strong, 20 years long, okay? And I'm still using a lot of those same facets of that weight loss. And so I want this to be a long-term effect and not just something that is a number on the scale. Because if you're sitting around comparing numbers with other people, that's another issue we need to deal with, okay? That's the mental difficulties. And I've had mental difficulties around fitness and weight loss as well. But now I like to have actionable tips and plans and things that I can do to make sure that fitness is really fitting in for me and that number doesn't just become an obsession. And that's where Hume Health has changed my life just recently, y'all. And they're the sponsor of today's video. Their Body Pod is a powerful body scan for better health tracking. Understanding your health and fitness to this level has been impossible until now. With the Body Pod by Hume Health, you can understand how your body reacts to certain things that you need to know. That includes food, sleep, stress, and other factors, so you can make informed health choices. Let me break down exactly exactly what this is and what it does. Now, I don't know about y'all, but looking at the weight sometimes alone can make you feel so unmotivated. And I know for me, it has made me feel so bad. Like that number can hold so much power over you. And it also makes you feel like you're not making any gains at all. It gives you a number, but it's not giving you a true full picture of your overall health. But the Body Pod is the world's first portable body analyzer. It uses 8 frequency sensors to deliver precise weight, full body composition, and heart health to advance your weight and health management journey. The sensors embedded in the handle are powerful, y'all. They can scan your torso, arms, legs, and even heart. That's at an accuracy level of 98% compared to those medical grade health scans. 98%. The Body Pod comes with a free app that allows you to set goals and track progress easily over time. It's the first body analyzer which uses AI to study your behavior. It connects with your body data and provides personalized feedback and real insights so that you can understand what you need to work on. Y'all, for me, this has been so valuable in every way. I mean, everything has changed for me in the past year. And so my body is doing some different things. Knowing when my sleep is heavily impacting me, or even knowing when my nutrition needs to switch up just a bit in order for me to see gains, is priceless. Another example is tracking body fat and muscle mass and their overall relationship in order to understand why there might be fluctuations, unlike a traditional scale. Sometimes my weight stays the same, but I'm gaining muscle and losing fat. And I know y'all are going to gain so much from this. Gaining insights and action plans to meet you where you're at and cultivating habits linked to your unique needs, that's going to help you big time. So get your Body Pod body analyzer to push your journey forward. Use my linking code NINA in the description box and save up to 50% total. And by the way, if you're in the US, it's HSA and FSA eligible. So if you have an HSA or FSA, you can get it covered for free by your health insurance. So check it out. Thanks again for Hume Health for sponsoring today's video. I stopped thinking of supplements as a way to get all my vitamins in. Now, this is something you definitely, everything you want to discuss with your doctor and make sure that it's okay for your particular case and body. But supplements are usually quite beneficial for people that have certain difficulties or defects or even certain diseases. But normally, or normal functioning people should be able to get most of their vitamins from their food intake. And that's why it's important for us to watch the things that we eat, not in terms of just weight loss, but just in terms of building healthy habits so that your body is able to get the macronutrients that it needs in order to thrive and survive. So one thing that I had to learn is that supplements sometimes work in isolation. So instead of working together like they do in the vitamins and minerals in foods, they can just support one particular area, like your iron or folate levels in women or different things like that. So you want to make sure that you're watching to make sure you're getting all the vitamins and minerals that interact together so your body interacts or works best. Vitamins are not always absorbed well by everybody. In fact, a lot of times when you pee, if you're taking a whole bottle full of vitamins every day, you peeing it right on out. So your money is coming out in the toilet. And supplements also are not credited for preventing diseases. So sometimes they're not even giving you the benefits that you think they are. And that's why it's important to get your hormone levels run, get your blood panels done, figure out what your body actually needs before feeding it a bunch of supplements just because you saw them on TikTok or YouTube or anywhere. Certain vitamins can even be harmful and interact with your medications. And that's another reason why it's not great to just pick up anybody's bottle of vitamins and start to take them. I like to research any vitamin I take. I like to run it past my doctor. And also because I'm getting my test every year, like my blood test, my urine samples, those are going to let us know the things that I need to probably take away. For me, I'm still taking prenatal vitamins, and I've showed y'all those before, either the Mary Ruths or the Smarty Pants. And I also like taking magnesium and a bit of calcium with vitamin D. Those are the types of things that keep my bones healthy, my skin healthy, also from the inside out, just really treating my body overall. And I'm getting the benefits of those things. I can tell from my hair, my nails, my skin, and not just the vanity parts of it, but also I feel better, right? So I know my body is really accepting the benefits of those things. And I also saw a difference in this when I was trying to conceive, which I'm going to do a whole different video on. Let me know if y'all are interested in that. But there were certain vitamins I was taking then in order to make sure that my body was in optimal health in order to carry and see a pregnancy through, because that's a big thing. So you want to make sure that whatever your goal is, you know what that is, and you talk with your doctor about it as well. I had to stop doing every day differently and avoiding routines. And we as human beings love to think that we super spontaneous, and some of us might be, but we also know that spontaneity comes with a price. Most of us as human beings, and I can tell you this as a clinical professional, we crave routine. And the reason why is it helps us to survive. It lets us know what we need to do in order to get what in return. It gives you a cause and effect relationship. If I do things a certain way every day, then I can expect certain things. Okay. There's so much in the world that's uncertain, right? It's nice to know that you can plan on something being simple or close to the same. Even though it can be monotonous, yeah, you can still throw some spontaneity in there, but your day-to-day needs to be similar. Even your eating habits, or right down to your hygiene habits, okay? Or even right down to knowing when you're going to wake up or go to bed. Those types of things help you to have a level of predictability, and it also gives your body the chance to rest, relax, and recoup. I'm learning this even now. I have to get back to more, or better or more precise for me sleep schedules, because when I don't, I have moodiness, I have irritability, I also have weight gain and other issues. It could be helping you to hold on to cortisol levels and gain fat. There's so much in not having a routine, and even right down to your hygiene or keeping up with the things that you do monthly, weekly, daily, knowing what you're going to use or how you're going to use it, how often you're washing your clothing, taking care of your home, cleaning up, okay? All of those things are going to give you some sense of what's to come. And with everything being so unpredictable in the world overall, it helps us to feel less stressed out, less annoyed, less impactful when we have some type of routine. And I'm not trying to ruin things for you or make you feel like you have to. And I know people love to say, well, I can get up and do whatever I want to. And even when I was a single woman without children, and I did that, okay, baby, for 35 years. Okay, I didn't get married until I was 38. I didn't meet my husband until 35, almost 35. So I know what that's like. But even then, I had to have a routine for my career to run properly, for my health to be proper, for me to have proper workout routines, and also my eating routines, intermittent fasting, following my times and my schedule. All of that matters when it comes to you trying to get a more healthy routine and really fit that into your day-to-day life. Your body has to know what to expect, even at least to an extent. Throw it for a loop sometime, baby. Do what you want to do sometime, but not all the time, okay? When we avoid routine, we avoid progress. I had to also stop eliminating food groups without knowing how it would affect my overall health, my skin, and my body. Y'all, there has, and I'm, 40 years old, 41 years old. I've seen multiple big time diets come and go. But what they don't talk about is the effects that it has over certain people's bodies overall. There's so many things out there that do work, yeah, but sometimes the weight comes right back on, or your fitness levels are not where they should be, or your health levels aren't either because they're trends and fads. So of course, there's things like a no-fat diet. Now, unless you have a doctor that's telling you that you need to avoid fats, or you have higher cholesterol or other issues, and you're trying to figure out new ways to get nutrients, they help you to be more healthy or reduce your hypertension or other things, you definitely shouldn't just be eliminating all fat. Fat actually helps our body, helps our brain, okay? It also gives our body store, and it also gives our body, believe it or not, energy to burn. So you can't just live off no fat. And I had to learn that the hard way. I've done that too. And I know that my body composition was much different. Try running a marathon. So I've run a full marathon, and I had to increase my fat levels and my carb levels, which made me feel crazy, but I had nothing left to burn when I was trying to eat such minimal amounts of food or foods with certain things, specifically fats and carbohydrates, because my body didn't have much to burn. So I was literally stick thin at that time. And I can show y'all pictures and insert them here, but I wasn't my healthiest. I mean, I was able to run well and I was healthy, okay? But when I think about my body composition and other things, they weren't at their best because I needed those fats and carbohydrates in order to have energy. And so instead of cutting fats, I go moderate fat. Instead of cutting all carbs, I go moderate carbs. And I also watch the carbs that I'm taking in. What I mean is I'm going to get my carbs from sources like beans, fruits, vegetables, other things that are really going to add to it. I'm not going to have bags of chips or a whole bag of rice. I'm just going to watch the way that I alter those carbohydrates and fats in order for me to feel my best. Yes, sometimes I go off the deep end and have something fun that I would like to have, or some cake or things like that. However, I'm not doing that every day because I cannot do that and survive in my fitness levels. So I'm going to find the things that work best for me. And those are going to have to be things that are best for you in order to figure out how they work. But eliminating complete food groups can throw your body for a loop. Like, you might see the difference in your skin. skin. You might have breakouts. You might have dry patches. Also, your hygiene could change because certain foods that you increase or decrease as a result of your diet can cause certain smells. And also other things could be altered. So you want to make sure you're checking with your doctor before you go on any restrictive diet, but also make sure that it agrees with your body overall. You know you best. I stopped failing to think about all preventative screenings and how they affect my health. Now, y'all know I've always been a big proponent of going to the doctor and getting those blood tests and other things, but also thinking of the weight of those things is quite important. So what are some of the screeners that everyone should get? There's blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, cancer, depending on your age and gender, STI exams, physical exams, skin checks, and even vision tests. Also your teeth, which are huge for our overall body. Now, I say all this because a lot of times people think that it's enough to just go to the doctor and have them look at you. No. That's not counting, okay? As we get older, and even when you're younger, start now having regular appointments with your general practitioner, have those physicals done. Also, make sure that you're going to have those pap smears and STI exams, blood tests. Somebody can't just look at your genitals to figure out whether or not you have an STI. Unless it's active, okay? You're going to also want to make sure that that blood pressure is checked. I even have a blood pressure machine in our home, okay? I was really nervous about that when I was pregnant. I didn't want to get preeclampsia or post-eclampsia. I wanted to make sure that I was pretty healthy there. So I have that in our home, and you can find them for pretty inexpensive. I have them linked in my LTK shop, by the way. Also, you'll want to make sure that you're getting other blood screeners. Your thyroid, okay? Your thyroid functions with everything, and especially for our women that are heading into any type of menopause or premenopause, you want to make sure that you have a read on what your body is doing so that you're not offended by your body, right? And you also kind of know what the game is and what's happening so that you're able to take the best care of yourself or get on medications as necessary. We've got to stop this misinformation and think that we can fix everything at home, because we cannot. We need a lab. Okay, we need a lab. We need doctors. We need mental health professionals. We need people that can help to mend us and help us to mend ourselves when we're not mendable at home. So those types of things and those screenings are really going to help you and help you to live a more fulfilling life and also catch things early. So if you do catch something, you can make sure that you're getting the proper treatment in advance so that you don't end up on your last leg with any type of disease or any type of issue. These are the things that help you to live longer, help you to live stronger, and without ailments and diseases that can take away from your life quality. I stopped skipping even the smallest things that had to do with my teeth. So something that I learned early, I told you all in my 30s, I had a dental implant put in the back of my mouth. I also had a gummy tuck. So that's something where they shave off the top portion of your gums, like in the first 4 teeth, or how many ever the doctor or the dentist suggests, in order to make sure that your full smile is showing. Not everybody needs that. That's something that I got done that was elective. But also there's other things. So getting that expensive, okay, dental implant was worth it because it keeps your teeth from shifting as you get older. As you get older, things happens with this body. So it's more than just flossing and brushing or even tongue scraping, okay? Those are things that need to be done daily. But you also need to be getting those 2 times a year dental checkups. Y'all know I've talked about it, and I've seen others in the comments talk about it. If you don't have the money, go to a dental clinic, a place where young practicing dentists are learning. And so you get a much discounted price. So I had a root canal earlier in my life, and this is why I had to have a dental implant, because that tooth ended up coming out, okay, as young as I was. But in my 30s, I had to get that dental implant in order to have that problem ameliorated. Not only that, but I've also had to have other things just to make sure that my teeth are in tip-top shape. Sometimes, even if you're doing all the things you need to, having the dentist look in can tell you what areas you can brush up on. If you have areas that have more plaque or more tartar buildup, if you have areas that are causing more issues, and your teeth are directly connected to your heart health. If your teeth are not good, your heart health is usually not going to be good. If you have rotten teeth or rotten issues in your mouth, you're going to affect other parts of your body. So, of course, you want to make sure that this area is taken care of. There's other areas as well, but this is going to make sure that it increases your body health, especially that heart health, which helps you to be able to work out, be able to sustain other things in order for your body to stay healthy. So y'all, I'm urging you, make sure you take care of your teeth. And sometimes those are things we don't think about early on, but I even had my wisdom teeth extracted in my 30s. And some people will say, if you made it to your 30s without them having issues, why? Because they will eventually have issues. And not everybody's like that. I know some older people that still have their wisdom teeth, but you still run a risk. And once those things start going bad, they are direct connectors. Look how close your brain and your teeth are, okay? Direct connectors with the brain and direct connectors with other things in your body. Teeth pain ain't no punk, because I've been there, okay? So if you got teeth pain and other problems, it's only going to get worse. If you can't eat, if you can't do other things, you're going to have problems. So really make sure you're taking care of that oral health. I also stopped ignoring any mental health difficulties and isolating. A lot of times we find that when we're going through issues, we turtle up. That's what I call it. And that's what my friends call it too. Because your girl turtles up, okay? When I'm going through issues, I don't like to put those issues off on other people. And so I tend to isolate. I am not immune to it, even being a clinical professional. And so I urge you, even in those situations, make sure that you are going to therapy, which I've always done. But even the other part of it, isolating because you have difficulties, just because you don't want to be a burden to other people, or just because you don't want others to be exposed to the problems that you might have, or there might be a level of shame. Find people that you can actually connect with. And it might not be your everyday crowd, your family, or your group, but you want to build a tribe that you can understand and they can understand you. Even if it's so much as joining certain groups on Facebook or other things that keep that mental health alive. This is also going to help with your overall stress levels. This is also going to help with your cortisol levels. This is also going to help you to figure out ways to better service yourself. Because if you are stressed, nothing else in your health is going to work. And also those cortisol levels are also going to block your attempts to really get healthier, right? Cortisol is good, but elevated, super elevated levels of cortisol can cause a lot of issues. So isolation sometimes makes you feel like you're the only person with the problems that you have, as opposed to relating to others who could possibly help you because they've been through certain things. That's why you have mentors. That's why you have groups. That's why you join online groups or Zoom groups, because this helps you to express yourself and see that you're not alone. And when you don't feel alone, you feel less shameful for the issues that you have. This is what YouTube has been for me. This is why I share my journey. This is why I share my triumphs. This is why I share my lows, because I know that others can benefit from it. And it also is a way for me to release stress, pain, and shame. And last but certainly not least, I stopped thinking that I had to do it all. You cannot. You just can't. I mean, this one is short and sweet. You have to make sure that you are enlisting the help that you need. Again, finding the tribe, and also making sure that you ask for help where you can. At work, do what you're supposed to do and do less of everything else. Okay. Do what you're there for. Okay. Don't try to be the best teacher's pet on the block. Okay. Y'all know what I mean when I say that. Pick up what I'm putting down. You need to go to work and do what you got to do, and also have enough for you. Okay. Also with your family, mind your business. Okay. Build boundaries, because you still have to thrive. And I want to say this to my single ladies and gentlemen who are here as well. Just because you don't have kids, just because you don't have a husband or a wife, doesn't mean you have to spend your life trying to take up for the problems of other people. You still have you. Did you hear what I said? You still have you. Make sure that you are expressing and allowing yourself to not be used, but to use that energy that you have for yourself and for things that you choose to use it for. All right. And for those of you all that are married with bigger families, you still got to build boundaries. And I'm still learning this myself, but I soon have a book releasing. Okay. If you stay till the end, put a book in the comments. Okay. Which we'll talk about boundaries, but we'll talk more about that later. Okay, y'all, I done made it, but I done lost all my sunlight, okay? Make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. But y'all also make sure that you're doing the things that are necessary for you this year and every other in order for you to reap the health benefits. These are things that I had to change in order to change my life in 30 days, and it works. When you start to do these things, you will see great health benefits, and I can speak for it even right now, working in 2025. Okay, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Beautiful Brown Baby Doll. Peace.